Alright, so today we'll be installing some Yonaka motor mounts on a 92 to 95 Honda Civic. This is your driver's side motor mount that mounts on the motor. This is your transmission motor mount that mounts on the passenger side. This is your rear mount that mounts against the firewall. Alright, so this is my 95 Honda Civic with a B18C GSR motor. So, as you can see over here is my driver's side mount. You can see that it's actually starting to fall apart and starting to hit back here because the metal mount's bad. So we're going to be replacing that one. We're going to be replacing this mount on the transmission, as well as the rear mount down there at the bottom. Alright, so the first motor mount I'm going to choose to do is that back motor mount right there. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to jack up your car. As you can see, I already have it jacked up. You're going to want to place a jack stand underneath it to support the weight of the car. Then you're going to want to climb under the car. As you can see right here is the front bumper. The header goes all the way back. Right here. There's your catalytic converter. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come up here. You're going to want to remove these two screws right here, or two bolts. They're both 19mm bolts. While you're down here, you're going to go on ahead and remove the motor mount bolt. It's a 17. Next, you're going to want to remove that 19mm bolt back there. Let's see if you can see it or not. But that one right there, you're going to want to remove that with a 19. Now that the rear T-bracket is loose, you're going to want to unbolt the mount here, here, and there's one on the other side right down in there. You can see it down there. You might end up having to take one of these hoses off to get to it. I'll see what we have to do when I get to that point. So I actually ended up just getting the bolt from the bottom. It was easier to get to. And so once you get the bolt out, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take the mount, you're going to twist it up and pull out. And as soon as you do that, it'll release and you can pull it straight out. And now you're going to reverse the steps. You're going to sit it down. You're going to sit the back end in. We're going to sit this end in first. And then you're going to slide this end down. Then you can go ahead and put your two bolts in the back or one bolt here. Alright, so next you're going to install the three bolts. That one back there, that one. Make sure they're tight. Next you're going to go on the bottom. You're going to push your T-bracket up and get your bolt in it. And you can see I got the bolt in it right there. I just have to tighten it up. After that, you're going to come up here and you're going to reinstall the bolt for the T-bracket right there, and the two on the bottom. Now that that motor mount is done, we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and remove this mount here. First thing we need to do is slide a jack up underneath the motor. You're going to want to jack it up. And you're just going to put a little bit of weight on it, enough that it holds the jack up. Then we're going to break this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, and this bolt loose. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, pull all the bolts off, pull the mount off. Now that the old mount is out, you can go ahead, slide in your new mount. Line it up on these first. And then first thing you're going to do is you're going to put this bolt in right here. So give me just a minute, and I got to pick up on the mount to stick the bolt in. Now, after you put this bolt in, don't tighten it up all the way, just tighten it a little bit. Next, you're going to go ahead, you're going to put this bolt on, and you're going to tighten these two up. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to be able to put this bolt in because it's a little shorter. Then after all three of these are tightened up, you're going to come back over here, you're going to tighten this one back up. Then you can go ahead and take the jack out from underneath the motor, and you can go ahead and start on the other side. Alright, so to do that motor mount, we're going to do the same thing as we did to the driver's side. Go ahead and put your jack under it, supporting the weight of the transmission. Next, you're going to come over here, you're going to take your intake off, so that way you can actually get to the motor mount because it's in the way. Alright, now that the intake tube is gone, you're going to go ahead and you're going to come over here. You're going to remove this nut, or this bolt, followed by this bolt, this nut, and that nut right there. Alright, now with the 3 bolts, and then the one in the side, make 4. Now with them undone, you can go ahead and drop the motor down some, the transmission down some, and go ahead and pull the mount off. Now with the mount installed, you can go ahead and jack up the transmission a little bit, and then, like I said, you're going to want to get this bolt in right here first. Then you're going to want to do this one, that one, and then that one last. Alright, now that the bolts have already been installed and tightened, you can go ahead and remove the jack out from underneath it, which you can see I already have done, and go ahead and reinstall your intake tube. Make sure it's all on there tight and everything. Then you can go ahead, come over here, and you can put the jack under it, jack it back up, and remove the jack stand, and let it down, and you're all done. Then go for a drive and see how you like it. And again, these are Yonaka motor mounts for a 92 to 95 Honda Civic for B Series.